Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all about how you can achieve volume. Okay, so this is washed and conditioned hair. I know I feel like I look a mess. No, this is washed and conditioned hair. I slept like this, so there is a little bit of conditioner in my hair. I left it in there. Oh, it smells good. It's a little damp right now. I slept like this, how you saw me in a bun. And that's what I usually do. I don't like to leave my hair naked, how we say, because it'll get really tangly and it'll make it harder right now, this process, getting ready to style. So just to start off, I'm just going to section my hair really quick so I can wet it down really good. It's super important for when styling that my hair is wet enough so that the product goes on really good and has a lot of slip. When I wash and condition, I always detangle my hair. So it's already detangled. I'm just going through it just to like make sure, you know, all the little tangles are out. But you see, like that was super easy. Didn't have to do anything. And that's why I leave the leave-in overnight as well. If I didn't have the leave-in in there right now, then this process right now would be really difficult. I'd be having to wet it, add leave-in, detangle. It's just, no, it's too much. So now I'm just gonna continue wetting down my hair section by section, just prepping it to be styled. Also, a lot of you are asking me about my spray bottle. I have a few. This one is one of my favorites. I got it from Amazon years ago, like literally when I started, when I knew I needed a spray bottle. So it's pretty generic though. You can find them anywhere. I do have a link in my Amazon store on my Instagram in the bio. So if you do want to just go get the exact one, you can go to my Instagram, which I'll leave all this info below. Okay, so now I'm going section by section and adding the curl cream. As I'm adding the curl cream, I do re-wet that section just so I know that I have enough slip and the product's going to go on really well. So now I'm just styling my hair. I finger coiled the area that I normally finger coil just because the underneath area has trouble curling up. And then I'm just going through with my Denman brush, just that's for definition. And the Denman brush isn't at all gonna stop you from getting volume, just to clear that up. But you don't have to use a Denman brush. It has really nothing to do with volume. I use a Denman brush so that I can get definition. So obviously I'm getting both, but I'm more focusing on showing you how to get volume. But I do have another video on how to use the Denman brush exactly if you want to go watch that as well. So I'm just going section by section. What's important when really trying to get volume for me, at the bottom, I do use a good amount of product. Like I told you, that part is hard to keep moisture and it doesn't curl up well. So I am heavy-handed as far as the bottom of my hair. But once I start moving toward the top of my head, I actually don't use as much product because I don't want my hair to be as heavy so I can have more volume. Now, product amount is different for everyone and just depending on your hair. Maybe some people's hair is more thin, more thick, higher density, lower density, different porosities, etc., etc. But for me, I basically, to give you the best example of how much product I use, I can give you a ratio, and that ratio is 2 to 1. So however much product I use on the bottom sections, I'm going to use half that for the top section. So just 2 to 1. You don't want to use too much product on the top of your head because then it's going to weigh your hair down. So after I'm done styling my hair, I've gone through every section and make sure it has product. It's now time to dry. So my favorite method to dry if I'm really trying to get volume is diffusing. Diffusing is better for volume for me versus air drying. Air drying, it kind of elongates my hair. So it just depends what kind of look I'm going for. As you see, I'm taking the diffuser more horizontal versus going up. Okay, so I've been diffusing my hair for about 10 to 15 minutes. As you can see, it's not really anywhere near dry. What I'm going to start doing now is just flipping my hair side to side. That way I can diffuse with this hair laying over this way and it helps with volume. And during any wash and go, it's just super important how you dry your hair. It's the final step, and it's really crucial step because how your hair dries, that's how it's going to set. So the reason for me flipping my hair back and forth is just so I can basically lift my roots, and so they're not so flat. So they're going the opposite way of the way that I actually brush them. So I've diffused my hair for about 45 minutes, probably more close to an hour. Honestly, I lost a little track of time. I forgot I was filming, but around maybe like 50 minutes, I'll say, just to keep it safe. So I'm gonna go back in again with the diffuser. I'm gonna put it on high heat, like in and out, high to medium, in and out, and just finish off, and then I'll show you the next step for achieving volume. So my hair is completely dry. It took me a little over an hour or so to completely diffuse it, but the curls did clump up pretty well. So now all I'm going to do is literally take the clumps and just pull them apart and separate them. You just take one and separate. And I'm gonna do that throughout my entire head. So really important, before you separate your curls, you have to coat your hands in some type of oil. And this is just because you don't want to cause any extra friction or frizz or any of that. So just coat your hands and then start separating. Curl separating is one of my favorite things, honestly. It is a little tedious, but it means I'm almost done. Like, I love feeling the feeling after I've just dried my hair, because it's like, finally, yay, I'm almost done. But it's a really big step in volume. I don't feel complete without having bigger hair, essentially. I get messages all the time, or comments will say, oh, I like how your hair looks better wet, or I like how it looks flat. And that's fine. Everybody has their preference. I know people with curly hair who don't even care about volume, and that's fine. But I love volume. I live for volume. I just can't go without volume. If I walk out like without my curls separated or without my pick, I just won't feel complete. As you see, this side that I've separated already has a lot more volume than this side. The top still looks pretty flat, but again, we're not done with our volume steps yet. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and do this side, what I did to this side, once my arms stop hurting. See, that's a good clump right there. I actually haven't done a wash and go in a really long time. Well, for me, a while. Like, it's been like almost a month. No, maybe it hasn't. I'm over exaggerating. It feels like a while. I was on this campaign where I had to do some other styles. So I haven't done a wash and go in like a little bit. So this is like refreshing. This is my go-to, honestly. I know how to get my hair to look good, like automatically. Not that twist outs and braid outs and other things don't work, but a wash and go, I feel like, yeah, curls are popping, hair is looking good. But yeah, as I'm doing this though, I do see a lot of stringy ends. My hair has gotten like really flat and also pretty long, which I'm not complaining about, but I need a haircut. So, a video is coming on that soon. I know, so many, but they are on the way. I'm telling you, they're on the way. You guys asked me so much, so I am here to deliver. All right, so I'm almost, well, not really. I still feel a lot of big pieces. And again, so all you're really doing, just feeling for big pieces and just separating them. Just make sure your hands aren't too dry. You can add a little more oil to your hands if you need. You see how flat this is? See, I don't like that. I feel like you guys probably don't really get what I'm talking about. Like, your hair looks good, but I'm very anal about it in general, but I like big hair. And again, we're not done. So let me see. Let me finish up. And then we'll get to the next step. I still feel some clumps here. You see, you just separate. Bobbing. Feel something like. And also, day one, your hair is gonna want to clump back together, like easily. Especially when you go to sleep and like if you put in a pineapple, you're gonna have to wake up and separate over again. This might be the most kind of tedious thing about wash and go. I would say about natural hair, about wash and goes. Just for me, like having to separate my curls and then they just want to clump back together, but that's okay because we know that means it's healthy hair. Whew. time for the next step. Are you guys ready? Okay, so I've separated all the curl clumps. You guys, you can obviously see the huge difference it makes. So last step, actually no, there's one more little step. Second to last step, your pick. I love this pick, it's huge. For me, it's better. I have a lot of hair. I don't like using those little ones, so I get a big one. What you're gonna do, you're gonna go underneath and on top. Let me show you. So we're gonna start on top. You're just lifting the roots, you see? Just lift, 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 okay? And then you're gonna go underneath, lift, lift, get all the way back there, lift, 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 okay? And even this little back part right here, lift, okay? And again, this is day 1 hair. I'm gonna show you on this video, I'm gonna come back and record myself day 3, day 4, one of those days, and show you how much bigger my hair will be. This isn't as big as it's gonna be. I'm gonna get it big, but my hair gets bigger as the days go on. So you're just lifting, lift those roots. And you don't wanna overdo it too much. You don't want like too much. Oh, this little one, I don't know which way do you go? You go that way. Actually, no, that way. You don't want to pick your hair out too much and create any unwanted frizz, but you do want to get it up in there. Okay, so if you see how much more volume I have now versus when my hair was completely dry, you see it's still a process. The process is not over once you dry your hair. Basically, that's how I get my hair big. The last thing, again, I'll just coat my hands with some oil. And I'm just gonna lift my roots with my hands and kind of like massage my scalp. So just like this. And this is just something I like to, it's ritual, part of my growth routine. But so just do that all over. And then, you're just gonna lift. Same thing you did with the comb, with the pick, lift. That's all I'm doing. Putting my hands in, lift. Put my hands in, lift. Hope you guys can see that. I can't see the camera. Put my hands in, lift. Put my hands in, lift. Okay? Woo! And we're back. And then get back your part. There it is. Woo! And that's how we do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. I enjoyed making it a lot. So many more good videos to come. I can already feel the curls clumping back up. One more tip. I know I keep saying it's the last tip, but I just keep thinking of more things. So as I was saying, I need a haircut and I'll be doing a video of that soon. That's a huge volume tip. You can't really expect to have so much volume, like if your top layer is just as long as your bottom layer. My hair is cut in layers, and that's how I'm able to also get volume. So your haircut has a lot to do with it. So keep that in mind as well, the shape of your hair. All right, so that's how I get volume. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the tips. I hope they don't seem too difficult, and I explained, one little hair, and I explained them well in depth enough. If not, ask me a question, DM me on Instagram. I'm always here to help. Yeah, until next time. Thank you, everyone.